हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय राधा गोपीनाथ श्री राधे।
जय राधा गोपीनाथ श्री राधे।
जय राधा माधव श्री राधे।
Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, everyone. So I would like to welcome beautiful Friday evening for the Bhagavad Gita class. So, but taking further ado, I just start my class with a small Mangalacharan. So please try to repeat after me if you know, otherwise just close your eyes and meditate on the beautiful form of Krishna. So let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Jnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadameham Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya एवं श्री राधा कृष्णा पादान सागना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी परमामि हरिप्रिय नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णा प्रेम पतायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्या नामिने गौतस्वे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी परमामि हरिप्रिया वाञ्छा कल्पातयोभिश्च कृपा सिन्धुवैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री प्रसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, everyone. So, in the last session, we discussed about verse number 15, 4.15, where Krishna is explaining about two class of men who are previous liberated souls perform their varna ashram, how they uh, perform their duties in Krishna consciousness. So here, Krishna's talking about two class of men, which are like mostly people like us who are materially populated, and then some people who are freed from material contamination, Krishna conscious. So these people are like, in a simple Sanskrit, there is a word for it. It's called Nitya Siddha and Nitya Baddha. So Nitya Siddha are people like Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, our Gurudev, and all the senior disciples or senior devotees who has very serious about there and who are free from the material contamination of this, in this material world. And they have set example by following Krishna consciousness very seriously, and setting that how to live a life, and given their whole life in Krishna consciousness. And here Arjun and Krishna also talk about that, how one should, how a neophyte in Krishna consciousness or a young devotee like me will think in a Krishna consciousness, I should retire from all the activities without. It's more like an escaping attitude, what we all have. Like, when you say to someone about Bhagavad Gita, or talk about Bhagavad Gita, a journal opinion or journal people will say, okay, that Bhagavad Gita says we leave everything and we go to jungle and meditate. It's like more like an escaping mechanism, but it's not like that. Prabhuji and Mataji, this is the Krishna is telling Arjuna and saying we should try to follow the retiring from battlefields, sitting aloft and a show of Krishna consciousness is less important. Krishna is saying follow the footsteps, do the activities, like Arjuna is given a task of like being a Kshatriya, he has to perform in a battlefield. So Krishna is saying you do that and leave everything to me. So today discussion, we're gonna continue from there, and this discussion it's more like a section which is divided from verse number 416 to 424, where Krishna is trying to explain us to understand karma on the platform of jnana or transcendental knowledge on a platform of jnana. So here the summary it talks about is the activities in service to Krishna are akarma, actions without reaction, a person acting with mind and intelligence, free from sense gratification. Without a sense proprietorship, occur no sinful reaction, free from dualities and envy, satisfied in both success and failure, one will attain the spiritual kingdom. Thus, Krishna has explained how karma can be seen in jnana, which is very away. I can truly relate to that. That how we can perform an action which doesn't have any without any benefit. For example, I'm doing my work. How I can do the work and say, okay, I don't want to profit from it. So simply, let's understand and try to, let's meditate on it. How we can understand it. So let me try to bring the shloka here. Um, One second. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 4.16. Okay, coming up now. Hare Krishna. So, okay. So let's try to I try to read that shloka. Please try to meditate on this shloka. It starts with Kim Karma Kim Akaraneti Ka Kavyayo Api Atra Mohita Tatte Karma Paravakshyami Yaj Jnanatva Mokshaya Abhishubhat. So I just like to request anyone who like to read this shloka out. We can.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
किं कर्मेति कवयोपात्रा मोहिता तत्ते कर्मा प्रवक्ष्यामि यज् जात्वा मोक्ष्यासे शुभात्।
Thank you, Mataji. So let's try to read synonyms or word by word translation by His His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kim, what is karma? Action. Kim, what is a karma in action? Iti, thus. Kavayaha, the intelligent. Api, also. Atra, in this matter. Mohitav are bewildered. Tat, that. Te, unto you. Karma, work. Vakshyami, I shall explain. Yat, which. Jnanatva, knowing. Mokshasya. Mokshasya is a very important word here. I let you know in while telling why this is very important. You will be liberated, Ashubhat, from ill fortune. So let's try to repeat after me the translation. Even the intelligent are
Even the intelligent are
bewildered
bewildered
in determining what is action
in determining what is action
and what is inaction.
and what is inaction.
Now I shall explain to you
Now I shall explain to you
what action is,
what action is,
knowing which you shall be
knowing which you shall be
liberated
liberated
from all misfortune.
from all misfortune.
So, I was reading it. I think you all will realize this that when I was reading about this particular shloka, Krishna is so merciful. Krishna is telling us, be become, even he's telling us that the most intelligent person in this world will be bewildered by what to do, what not to do. And then Krishna is saying, don't worry, you Arjuna, I tell you what to do, what action you should do, so that you will be liberated from all misfortune. So this line, which says liberated from all misfortune, is very good. And why Krishna is saying it? Let's dive little deeper and read it. Try to listen what it says in purport, and then I try to add some little commentaries here and there which I found. So let's read the purport. Please try to listen. Action is Krishna consciousness has to be executed in accord with the examples of previous bona fide devotees. This is recommended in 15th verse, which I was talking about earlier. So why such action should not be independent will be explained in the text to follow. To act in Krishna consciousness, one has to follow the leadership of authorized persons who are in a line of disciplic succession, as explained in the beginning of this chapter. The system of Krishna consciousness was first narrated to the sun god, and the sun god explained it to his son Manu. Manu explained it to his son Ikwaku, and the system is current on this earth from that very remote time. Therefore, one has to follow in the footsteps of previous authorities in the line of disciplic succession. Otherwise, even the most intelligent men will be bewildered regarding the standard actions of Krishna consciousness. For this reason, the Lord decided to instruct Arjuna in Krishna consciousness directly. Because of the direct instructions of the Lord to Arjuna, anyone who follows in the footsteps of Arjuna is certainly not bewildered. It is said that one cannot ascertain the ways of religion simply by imperfect experimental knowledge. Actually, the principle of religion can only be laid down by the Lord Himself. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad patinam. So this shloka, I will open it in a new tab. We will quickly read the translation of it, which is very beautiful. It says here itself, no one can manufacture a religious principle by imperfect speculation. One must follow in the footsteps of great authorities like Brahma, Shiva, Narad, Manu, the Kumaras, Kapila, Prahlad, Bhishma, Sukadeva Goswami, Yamaraj, Janak, and Bali Maharaj. By mental speculation, one cannot ascertain what is religion or self-realization. Therefore, out of causeless mercy to his devotees, the Lord explains directly to Arjuna what action and what inaction is. Only action is performed in Krishna consciousness can deliver a person from the entanglement of the material existence. Purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Prabhuji and Mataji, as we are thinking about it, I was, just doing some research how and what is mentioned. So Krishna is so merciful. First, we need to try to understand through Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is showing mercy directly to Arjuna and indirectly to all of us and saying what we should do and what we should not do. So Krishna is clearly stated in the previous shloka that you need to follow the footsteps of bona fide spiritual master or a devotee or a disciple or a devotee who is in disciplic succession. So here, I just want to add it. So once Edison said, when I was trying to invent a bulb, I failed more than 1,000 times. Just think, Prabhuji and Mataji, just a small material invention, Edison has did tests for the 1,000 times. But there is a very beautiful saying which only applicable, I think, to the material things, which says experiment with truth. Unless someone there is to tell you, people will say, why don't you experiment with the truth? That's what Edison did to invent a bulb. Just think about it. Is it possible to get to know the spiritual truth in the same way or to get the spiritual knowledge in the same way? Krishna is simply saying no. Why Krishna is saying no? Because the relationship what we have, or I would say in this way, the spiritual knowledge or spiritual truth is far, far away from us. We take millions of births, Shastra says, and we can't experiment to know the spiritual knowledge or spiritual advancement. But we can't see scripture says we can't understand about Krishna or Bhagavan or in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no possibility. How it is possible? Only Krishna's mercy, by Krishna's mercy, and the mercy of devotees of Shri Krishna, the pure devotee of Shri Krishna, we can get this knowledge very easily and we can understand. Oh, and only Krishna devotee can make it easier. So here and in today's world, we should be very thankful to Srila Prabhupada because Srila Prabhupada make it so easy for us that we should understand the importance of Bhagavad Gita or the scriptures and make it easier for us. So this is the benefit. This is the benefit of having a pure devotee. So there is a very popular bhajan also says where it says, Krishna kripa ho tabhi to Krishna ka naam le sakoge. So this is the importance we need to understand, Prabhuji and Mataji, that without Krishna's mercy, it is not possible. And without Krishna's pure devotee's mercy, we can't understand Krishna. We can take millions of births, we still be the same. Because we are a Baddha Jiva. We are not that, Siddha Jiva like Srila Prabhupada or our Gurudev. That they know what they are doing and they have a direct connection with the Krishna because of a strong bond of this, the disciplic succession we have. Because of that, this knowledge is coming directly from Krishna to Brahma to and then to our Chat Goswami, to Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and then Srila Prabhupada, and then currently with Srila Gurudev. So we don't need to invent anything. We don't need to invent there is a saying. Krishna is saying, I'm giving you a manual, take it and follow it. But as us, we can't follow it because we are so dumb. We don't even remember what we have eaten a day before yesterday. How we can follow Krishna's instruction? We need a special mercy. And how we will get this special mercy? By praying to Srila Prabhupada, by following to Srila Prabhupada lecture, listening to Srila Prabhupada lectures, listening and reading about Srila Prabhupada books. I give you an example. There is one more thing. There is Krishna is telling in 16th chapter and 23rd shloka. What will happen to the people if you not follow? I'm saying here, Krishna is saying you should follow, the religious principle. And here Krishna is talking about how intelligent men should follow. But Krishna is also telling in one of the shlokas, which I like, I just want to quickly, relate to it. It's in 16th chapter and 23rd number shloka. So, see, Krishna here, he simply says, He who discards the spiritual injunctions and acts according to his own whims attained neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. So Krishna has first initially is explaining how we should do it, and then Krishna is giving kind of an ultimatum in coming chapters what will happen who should not follow. And we can see it in today's world that where everybody is doing their own, under that that they are doing their own stuff. They are not following any religious books or religious things. There are war happening. Recent example is the war between Israel and Iran. There is a war happening with Russia and Ukraine. And this is one example. Why is it happening? Because the human, they're only thinking about the anger, lust, greed, and their own ego. That, I am the best. Iran is saying, how then Israelis say they are the best. I am the best. And that's what happened, Prabhuji and Mataji, when you don't follow the scriptures and we don't follow what is why Krishna is talking so much importance he's giving to karma. And then you see, I give you a very simple example, a very funny example. Someone come to our house and they gifted us a mixie grinder, or a food processor in a simpler term. But at the same time, I see there are labor working at my home. They need some the small crushed stones so that they can put a cement and make a pattern and put it on the wall. So I am thinking, I have a mixie grinder. Let me get a bigger stones, and then I show it to labor and say, okay, he said, no, these stones won't work. I need a smaller stones. We cannot mix with the cement, which I told you already. So what I did, I didn't follow anything. I just took that stones and put it in a mixie grinder and start grinding it. So, this is what happens when you are not following a proper scripture. You're just doing according to your whim. And what will happen? It will break the mixie grinder because that is not supposed to crush the rocks. Either you take it to the proper crushery or you take it to the proper place where you can crush it. So, what happened? And then you will say, oh, this doesn't work. Then what you will do? You take it to the manufacturer and you say, oh, I tried to crush the rocks. See what happened? And then that person who is a manufacturer, he will start laughing at you and say, you didn't read the manual, how to use it. The same way, Prabhuji and Mataji, we need to read the manual. And our life manual is Bhagavad Gita. And then, so many questions will come. And then we will talk about, Krishna has said, yes, we need to follow. And let's see what Krishna says in text number 17. So I try to read this. Karma hi api bodhyam cha vikaram manaha akarmas cha bodhyam gahana karmo hi gataha. So I just request any Prabhuji or Mataji would like to read this shloka.
कर्मणा हि अपि बोधव्यं च विकर्मणः अकर्मणाश्च बोधव्यम् गहना कर्मणो गतः.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for beautiful voice and beautifully read. So, any Mataji wants to try?
कर्मणो हि अपि बोधव्यश्च विकर्मणा अकर्मणश्च बोधव्यं गहना कर्मणो गतिः.
Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully sang. So in this shloka, very important shloka, important word which we should highlight is bodhavayam. Why this is important? Let's read word to word translation. Karmanah, of work. He certainly. Api, also. Bodhavayam should be understood. Bodhavayam should be understood. Why Krishna is focusing on this, we will realize when we read little more detail. Cha, also. Vikarmaha. Vikarmana, of forbidden work. Akarmana, of inaction. Cha, also. Bodhavayam should be understood. Gahana, very difficult. Karmanya, of work. Gatihi, entrance. So let's try to read. Please follow with me. Repeat after me. The translation. The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is,
properly what action is,
and what forbidden action is,
what forbidden action is,
and what inaction is.
and what inaction is.
See, in previous shloka, Krishna has shown us mercy and said, I will talk about karma. Now Krishna is explaining us, okay, now we know from where we should understand about karma. Now Krishna is telling us the three main form of karma, which is very important. Karma, akarma, and vikarma. So this is very important. So let's try to quickly read the purport. Please try to listen. I read it out. If one is serious about liberation from material bondage, one has to understand the distinctions between action, inaction, and unauthorized action. One has to apply oneself to such an analysis of action, reaction, and perverted actions because it is very difficult subject matter. To understand Krishna consciousness and action according to its modes, one has to learn one's relationship with the Supreme. That is, one has to learn perfectly, knows that every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord, and that consequently one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directed towards this conclusion. Any other conclusions against this consciousness and its attendant actions are vikarma or prohibited actions. To understand all this, one has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness and learn the secret from them. This is as good as learning from the Lord directly. Otherwise, even the most intelligent persons will be bewildered. So here, Krishna is talking about a very huge topic. Let me try to simplify it because this topic, where we talk about karma and vikarma, these looks very, very beautiful words. And everybody in this world will say, I'm a karma yogi. If you talk to any person in this entire world, they say, I'm a karma yogi. I go to office, I work, I earn, and then I cook for my family, I protect my family, and I'm doing everything. I'm a karma yogi. But before you understand what this is not a karma yogi. So this is only a karma. You're doing your duties. But to understand who is the karma yogi, we need to understand what is our prescribed duty. What is a prescribed duty of someone? So to understand the prescribed term, we need to understand a very simple thing. One guy who's having a stomach infection goes to medicine shop and say, can you give me a medicine? I am not well. So can you give me so chemist will ask you which medicine you want. So you will say the same medicine will work. He said, the last time you have loose motion, I can't give you the same medicine which will cure your constipation this time. It will be, it will make it worse. So that is the word in a prescription. Only the authorized people know to give you a proper prescription. And here, why I link this? Because here Krishna has said, or Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, we need to work with someone who understand and associate the authorities. We need to work with authorities. So doctor in our scenario, for that particular material person, is the right, authority. There's a one more beautiful example. For example, we everyday do. So we need to understand, Prabhuji and Mataji, importance of prescribed duty. Why prescribed duty is very important. For example, you're doing a job and you go to work, and your manager will tell you what things you need to do and what things duties you need to do to perform to act that work properly. But if you don't perform it, how you gonna fulfill the requirement of that particular duty or a prescribed job? That's why this prescribed is very important. And then there is one more example comes in, like you're a businessman, you're running a grocery shop, and I come to you and say, can you give me a toothpaste? I asked for a toothpaste and you gave a detergent powder. So think about it. You gave me detergent powder and I said, what are you doing, man? I asked you for a toothpaste, you're giving a detergent powder. And you give a response and say, both work same, it's just for cleaning, right? So, but in that scenario, that is not right. You need to follow what is prescribed, because as a customer, I'm your god to you. I'm saying you need to tell me what I'm saying. You need to do that. So same thing, Prabhuji and Mataji, it applies here. So one who follows the prescribed duty according to the Krishna, you will get the proper karma for it. Sorry, you will get the proper reaction for it. How? Then some people will say how? How it gonna work? So I try to add something here is like, when you do a karma or a right karma, you get the punya for it. For example, you help someone, you get the punya for it. And you didn't help someone, or so you pushed someone away, or you insulted someone, you get the bad karma for it, the bad reaction for it. That is how. And Krishna in previous shlokas here, he talked about the Varna ashram, where Krishna says a Vaishya has a duty to go and do business and make money, right? And the same Vaishya, when he says, I gonna do everything for the pleasure of Lord Krishna, then what will happen to his duties, for his karmas? So he will not get any karmic reaction. So that we need to understand, firstly, what is a karma, and how to reach from a karma to a karma, and how never perform vikarma. So vikarma is very simple, and we in Krishna consciousness, when we are all in, we always say that we should never do vikarma. Vikarma start from very basic, not never insult anyone, never talk in a bad manner, but still we do. But how we can say it is not a vikarma? So vikarma is which encourages any bad reactions. So how this will happen? How we can avoid doing vikarma and reach the state of karma? So karma, everybody is doing karma. If you say a kid is also doing some karma, but is he doing the right karma? Is he doing a prescribed duty? So Krishna will talk about this, and Krishna will try to explain this in coming shlokas, how someone should do karma. So let me find, I'll show you something which I also made. 1 second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, okay. So we discussed about this. So here, what is the difference between Lord is talking about, and how I told you like how we should follow. An intelligent man get bewildered on this path, but if you have a Lord's mercy, causeless mercy, and how you will get Lord causeless mercy? Through the pure devotees of Krishna, or, and then when you do that, you will hear. Here, this is what I was talking about, and we're just explaining the purport, how Mahajano Yena Gata Pantasaha Pantaha. So here it's explained that we need to follow what Lord Brahma did, Narad Muni did, Lord Shiva did, Lord Kapila did. And then to continue to that, we got this beautiful shloka where we explaining about the intricacies of karma is very difficult. Krishna is itself saying, you can't reach these intricacies. So how we can learn about this? So there is one more thing here which is I want to highlight. Krishna explained the difference between which I was talking about. Working with attachments according to the Shastras is called karma. Working with attachments, that's what we all are doing. So for example, if I am making money, I am making it for my family because I'm attached to my family. And then it comes family, neighbor, country. So that's the Japanese philosophy. Love your job, love your neighbor, love your country. So that's what everybody is doing, right? But Krishna says you do it, but you do it in a good way. You give everything to me, and I will convert it and give it back to you as a prasadam, so that you will not get any material or any sins for it, or any material reactions for it. So vikarma is forbidden actions. What is the simple example of vikarma is our 4 regulative principle. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no, what is the 4th one? No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no intoxication. Very important, which includes tea and coffee. So here we need to understand why Krishna is talking about one should need to understand this. If someone is serious about liberation, one to understand the distinction, understand this distinction. It is difficult subject matter, speculation won't. So same thing which Krishna is telling you earlier. If you really want to learn and understand what we are doing, you have to follow someone who is in disciplic succession. Here, if you see, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, I am in control of the whole creation. By my desire, it is manufactured again and again, and by my desire, it is destroyed in the end. So then that is being put in here, and you are getting a disciplic succession. But here, many of us, like stupid people who says, many of us are having of the opinion that it was a big bang. Well, I am working on my own theory. That's what Krishna is telling you. You should not do your own speculation. Like you should not dive into your own word of wisdom. Like, okay, this is created because of that. We should go back to the books. We should go back to proper spiritual, spiritual understanding about it. So I'm getting in a very, when you talk about prescribed duty or where to do what, there is a very good example comes into day-to-day life. There is an army officer who works on a border, and he got a notice from their higher department, yet you are protecting the border. If someone tries to cross it, you need to shoot that person. So he start it shooting more, you shoot the wrong people, you will get a promotion. So he's doing his duty, right? So he will not get any sinful reaction for it. Maybe he's gonna get because he's killing, but he's performing a duty as a prescribed duty according to the whim of what their management said. What happens is one day that guy came back from work and he's on holiday and he's driving out in going to some mall and somebody hit from the back to his car. So he taken out his service revolver and killed that person. Is it a karma still, or it is a vikarma? So this is a vikarma. Why this is a vikarma? Because that guy can't kill anyone on the road as he or she hit his car. Same thing, Prabhuji and Mataji, we need to understand the karmas which we are doing. Is it according to the Shastras? Is it according to what we're gonna perform? Like very simple example in day-to-day life today, people doesn't care about what they're eating. People doesn't care about what they're wearing. People doesn't care about anything. Like they will say, apna kaam banta, bhag mein jaye janta. So it's more like, I will do what I want to do. I don't care about the world. But does that Shastra says to you? And nobody will tell you unless you go and inquire about it. So I like very beautiful line. We should not ask our spiritual master or our guru how I can, be so much rich. I got an example. I met a very senior Vaishnava in my. He came and visit us in Sydney. He said one devotee came to him. A simple man went to him and said, Maharaj, can you give me a mercy so that my son get an admission in one of the top schools? So Maharaj said, this is not important. So you should never ask for any material success from a spiritual master or a guru. You should always ask about, Maharaj, how I can understand Krishna better. How you can say in this shloka, Krishna has said this, Maharaj, how you can simplify it. That is very important. That is very crucial. That we need to understand. Krishna is keep on explaining in this shloka, and Srila Prabhupada has highlighted. We can't understand this, this beautiful life. So I was reading one quote. There's a very beautiful quote. They says, Krishna consciousness is very easy, but there is a but in it. Like, Krishna consciousness is very easy and simple, but following with the right intention is very tough, or right bhava is very important. So that bhava So someone will say, okay, I will read scriptures and I will learn everything about karma and vikarma and how to implement it. But when something goes wrong in your material life, or in your family, in your, then you forget everything and you start fighting with your whole arsenal on your back that I'm gonna kill that person. How he said that to me? That is very important, where guru comes into picture and explain you and make you an habit how to control your emotions in a way, so that you don't go haywire, you don't go and perform something which is not proper to the shastras. And then so many people will ask, how we can reach from a karmi state to a karma state. Is it a process? Simple process is by chanting the holy name, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We soul are so much, we got so much. There is a very good thing everybody talks about. They say that uh, our heart is like a mirror which has lot of dust on it, and that dust is we accumulated because of ego, anger, lust, and greed from so many, 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 many births we took in this bhulok or amrityulok. So how we can go away from it? By simply chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or by reading Srila Prabhupada books will give us advantage to go from a karmi to a karma situation. And from karma, as we keep on chanting the holy name, it will cleanse our heart, and we keep on listening to, the gurus from disciplic succession. Krishna's highlighted, if I go back to the shloka, here Krishna has highlighted to understand one, Prabhupada has highlighted, has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness and learn the secret from them. That is very important. You cannot, we are not that, we are not that beautiful souls like Srila Prabhupada or Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Bhaktivedanta, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, or Srila, Bhakti Siddhanta Sri Thakur Prabhupada, that they have a direct connection with Krishna. They learned everything and simplified everything for us. So that is very important, Prabhuji and Mataji, we need to understand how, because see, bewildered, I give you one small story and then I think we can end from there. So when the war ended, Yudhishthira was sitting and crying and lamenting that he has lost everyone in the war. Because of him, there were so many people died. Because of he was just keep on lamenting, and war has ended. Already Yudhishthira has won, the Pandavas have won. Bhima and come to him and said, "You are lamenting about nothing. It's all in your head. Why you are lamenting about it? You already won the war." But he said, "No, I'm not liking this fact." He said, "You will lose your mind if you keep on talking about the people and animal we have lost." For example, someone is like, he's just consoling him, and he just talking about it. Yudhishthira Maharaj started countering it. He went on and on, and he is sad. And in the last, everyone went to Bhishma Pitama. So Arjuna, everybody said, let's go to Bhishma Pitama and see what Bhishma Pitama says. So Bhishma Pitama said, very beautiful thing. He said the very most important thing is Lord Krishna wanted this battle to happen, and you were part of it. Now Lord wanted you to become a king, so try to be part of Lord's plan. It is difficult to understand the Lord's plan, but if we act accordingly to the Lord's plan, then all auspiciousness. So this is the continuity of here, where is here the beautiful word is used, liberated from misfortune. So why I'm highlighting it, see, even Yudhishthira, who has answered all the Yaksha's questions, got bewildered here. And he was so sad that, because of him, we have lost everything. Because of him, so many people died. When they went to Bhishma Pitama said, no need to be sorry about it. This is all Lord Krishna's plan. It is difficult to understand Lord Krishna's plan, but we have to work according to it. Then how we will reach there? because we are just a Bhadda Jiva. We don't understand, we don't remember what we ate yesterday or day before yesterday. How we can do that? Just following, just chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. More and more we chant, more and more attentively we chant, we will we will reach. We will reach to a stage where we start understanding what is there. Because so when your Guru Maharaj or Srila Prabhupada will give you a mercy, then only we try to understand and make things simpler for us. And how? But we have to take the first step. And what is the first step? Just chanting the holy name and read this beautiful Bhagavad Gita and keep on coming to the Friday Bhagavad Gita class. And I like a very beautiful comment with the story which I was talking about. Sorry, I have to add it there. And Bhisham Pitama said, it was very difficult for me to fight, do a difficult service to fight against Lord, but he wanted me to do that. But I did not see what is the result. See the mercy of Krishna that I am about to leave the body, and Krishna himself has come to give me his darshan. So that how beautifully Bhisham Pitama has summarized this, that if Krishna is with you or Krishna's devotees are with you, no illness, no harm will happen to you. So I will like to end here. If anybody has any questions, please ask. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now Nimai will do the Narsinga Aarti. Please try to follow. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladadayine.
Praladadayine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Shilatankanthalaye.
Iladankanakalaye.
Ito nasimha parato nasimha.
Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha.
Yato yato yami tato nasimha.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimha.
Vare nasinga idaye nasinga.
Vaire Nasimha Hidaye Nasimha.
Singamadim sharanam prabhate.
Nara Singhamadim Sharanam Prabhate.
Tava kara kamalavare natha buddha shinga talita hiranya kashipu danu bringa ate shavadvita narahari rupa ya Jagadisha Hare, ya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhuta Sringha Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhringa Keshavadvita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare.
Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev
Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev.
Jayo Bhakta Prahlad Jayo Bhakta Prahlad Jayo Bhakta Prahlad Jayo Bhakta Prahlad
Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Gurudev,
Dev
Gurudev.
Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev
भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की
Jai
प्रहलाद महाराज की जय।
जय।
ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
Hari Hari Bol.
His Grace Giriraj Achyutas Prabhu Ji ki
Jai.
jai.
Prabhupada।
Very nice class, Prabhu. Thank you very much
Thank you
for
very much.
taking Seva.
Hare Krishna।
You should do a lot of classes, Prabhu. You're doing very well. Very nice class. Thank you.
Thank you। Hare Krishna everyone। Bye।
Hare Krishna.